Okay.
Looks like the barrel's been broken for quite some time.
So now I can search the place? Yeah, now I can search the place.
Must be an incredible view from up there. Impossible to set foot on the island without being seen from 300 meters away.
What's this?
Looks like a bar from an old gate. This miserable old bar has been broken fairly recently. The edges are still clean, and the tip is blackened. Without analysis to the contrary, I put my money on cannon powder.
Let's take it.
This might just come in handy. A sack of seeds. It's unopened. No one seems to have used any.
What else? Rope.
Some rope. Apparently no one's touched it for a good long time.
A lantern.
A lantern. Nothing special.
Okay. Oh, look at that.
Let's see
Ow.
what's hidden inside.
Now I can see what this is. Guess no clue for me.
Let's look.
Who's this?
It's too badly written, I can't make out the address.
Okay.
A letter written in an Oriental language.
Well, I don't know it, so...
I haven't the slightest idea what it says.
So I'm never gonna have everything. I guess.
The address is 50 Bedford Square, London.
What queen?
The addressee's in Sao Paulo, Brazil. That reminds me, it's about time the order sent some envoys there.
What else we got?
Probably a Dutchman. This envelope is meant for the Vatican. Apparently this letter is meant for Pope Pius VI, born Giovanni Braschi. I wonder which one of these people is influential enough to write to the Pope in person.
Oh, these people.
An address in Cairo, Egypt. Mortimer communicates with the whole world, apparently.
Who is this guy?
Samuel Ritter d'Auchois. Mother, you test me even when you're not here. It's an anagram of Louis Maurice de Richer. You wanted to write to me then. Let's see what's inside this letter.
Klinger.
So,
Dear Samuel, my stay on Lord Mortimer's island is going wonderfully well. As I find myself in such charming company, I plan to stay a few more weeks. Would you be so kind as to send me a gift that I'd like to give to our old friend Manuel Godoy? I would be most grateful. I have been told that he's going to join us here soon. I would like to mark the occasion. Thank you in advance. Yours devotedly, Sarah Faustine de Richer.
what is your game here, Mother? What are these strange turns of phrase? Never heard you speak like that. What's going on here? That you write to me under a pen name, okay. But here you go even further, by trying to avoid raising any suspicions should anyone else read it. I wonder if this Godoy is the person you came looking for. Think! Godoy. Manuel Godoy. Why does that name sound so familiar?
I don't have politics.
I'm guessing he's a man of some importance. Spanish, I'd say. But just can't put a face to him. Well, hope we meet to talk about it soon, Mother. I don't know what you've gotten yourself into this time, but I'll bet you've got a lot to tell me.
Interesting. So, is this Godoy guy the target? Does he need to be protected? Who's this guy? What was that? Oh, more little gem.
This chest might belong to Duchess Hillsborough.
What's over here? more royal jelly. What? What is this?
Hey, there's something not right about this floorboard.
Something
It's
handy.
different from the rest.
Oh. Let's rip it up.
There we go. Let's see what's hidden inside. There's a book and also a bag. The Mysterium Cosmographicum. I know that book well. Mother used to read passages from it to me all the time. And judging from what I can see, it's the same one as hers. For crying out loud, what's happened to you, Mother?
Okay, manage to educate yourself. Okay, educate me how.
Let's look inside the bag.
Reading
A
them?
little food, a few toiletries, a small key, and some kind of black powder.
So it's
An
the
iron
key.
key completely rusted.
Do I want the key? I'm gonna take the key.
You never know. It might be useful. I hope Mother wasn't counting on it.
Well, who knows? Powder?
The bottom of the bag is covered in black powder. Shit, those are definitely my mother's things. I recognize her hairpins. This bag smells of her perfume. A piece of soap, some oils, and her powder puff. What does all this mean?
What about the
Some
food?
fruit, a piece of bacon, and some bread. The fruit's still firm. And the bread's a bit stale. From the smell, this food's been here roughly 2 days. And if it's rationed, there's enough left to last 2 more days.
If I take the bag, she won't have any food, so I'm not doing that. But what about the key?
Right, that's enough. I think I better leave her bag here. If she hid all this, it's because she thought she might need it later.
Yeah, and what about the
Crying
key
out
now?
loud. Why did you hide supplies in the middle of nowhere, Mother? I don't know what's going on here, but you obviously feel like you're in danger.
Well, I took the key. Is it the key to this, maybe? Open the gate.
It's locked. I'll never get it open barehanded.
Here's the key. Does it work? Oh, it works.
There we are.
Okay. What's in here? What's that?
This looks like a pistol case, but it's empty.
Gun from the vision?
I don't know if this has anything to do with you, Mother, but if it does, at least now you're armed. Just like in my vision. And none of it's telling me anything useful.
More royal jelly.
This wharf is used as storage for a lot of barrels. Uh-huh.
What's in there?
What have we here? It's cannon powder.
Oh. What's in them?
The powder's wet. Not surprising, given the dampness of the dog. It's unusable now. I don't know what the person who left this barrel like this had in mind, but it's a waste. So, let's go through this. My mother's been hiding pieces of bread between the rotten boards of a wharf in the middle of the night. That's not normal. And if that weren't enough, looks now like she's armed. Me?
Amber fragments.
A fragment of amber.
Probably should have read that. Nope, can't do anything with that. Let's see, there's something. Nothing went up so far. That seems about it. Let's leave. Wait.
A Latin inscription. En nessis, mi fili quantilia produncia mundus ergatur.
I don't know. Oh.
You don't know, my son, how little wisdom the world is governed with. I tend to agree.
Immunity. I discovered an immunity. Wait. Conviction. It's immune to conviction.
How did Mortimer manage to build his manor at the top of a rocky outcrop?
Looks nice. Huge door. Way too big. Yeah, that's huge. Is it mechanically opened? Huge statue.
Impressive.
Ah, my son. I was looking for you.
What can I do for you, Your Eminence?
I wanted to ask you. You are the son of Sara de Riche, aren't you? You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope. But I haven't seen her.
If only Mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway, I ought to take the envelope. It might have something to do with her disappearance. Listen, if it will help, you can always give it to me.
During conversation, you have to go through several steps while being as persuasive as possible. Confrontations have consequences for the rest, or on the rest of the story, so don't hesitate to use your skill. Okay.
Thank you, my
Consequences.
son. I'll bear that in mind. I'd rather deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
Well, she's supposed to be here.
Certainly, Your Eminence. Mother got here some time ago. I was hoping to find her when I arrived, but given the hour, she must be asleep by now.
Right. I shall see her tomorrow, then.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has rendered great service to the church, and her help is invaluable. I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
If only she had told me where she was headed.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
That is very commendable. But since we work together on a daily basis, it's surely just an oversight.
Most certainly. You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
What do I tell him? It's locked, so I guess
My mother
this-
and I belong to the same secret organization, the Golden Order, which I joined a few years ago. Mother trained me, and I assist in her research. In other words, you can trust me.
My child, you are telling a perfect stranger that you and your mother work for a secret society. It would seem that discretion is not one of your specialities, my son. You will understand that it does not encourage me to put my trust in you.
Okay.
Shit. All the same, it bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution?
Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate. Up till now, we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful. Do you think I should give it to you?
Man.
Listen, you have nothing to fear. I will give your letter to my mother the moment I find her.
The moment you find her? You mean Sarah has gone missing?
Shit, I shouldn't have said that. Let's not exaggerate, Your Eminence. I have no other information at this time. It's probably
doing
nothing.
badly.
Listen to me, my child. If I give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your mother will read it?
Last step for the last, you must convince the person you're talking to. Okay, positive. You get better, and the step will repeat itself. Either you give a right one, or you have no blunders left. Well, this is my last chance, so I have no blunders. I can't promise.
I swear by the Almighty God to honor the promise that no one but my mother shall cast her gaze upon your letter.
Good. Listen, let's stop there. I'm
That
going
was
to
an
tell
easy
you a
choice.
secret, Monsieur Derice. Your mother and I are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the accursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order available to us by organizing the priests' safe passage across the borders. Even if she does not share all our convictions, she always provided assistance. Young man, you can be proud to be her son. Be it only for her sake. Always respect your name. Here,
Name?
the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about 15 names ready for departure. Be quick. Remember to tell Sarah when you see her that time is short.
Well played. I'll decide later when I'm alone whether to look at what it contains.
Okay. What's this? A book?
Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans by Plutarch, a biography of the great men.
Yeah, let's go
Open
through
to
it.
Brutus's page. Caesar, stabbed by multiple blows at once, sees Brutus raise the dagger on him. Then, covering his head with his robe, he delivers himself to the arms of the conspirators. Nice family. Let's keep it. Might come in handy someday.
We might. Okay. What's next? Can't go around with that.
Maybe I should introduce myself to the other guests
Okay,
first.
so that negative sign means I can't go up there. Devil's Thorn granted you the exalted state. Okay. Can see immunities and vulnerabilities. Coin.
Fall of the Damned by Rubens. The man who cannot achieve the salvation of God the Father is offered to fall
Paintings
into
are
the
way
depths
too
of
big.
the abyss. Blind Oedipus. Blinded himself. What a tragic destiny.
Can I go out? Wait, no.
Lord Mortimer certainly has a taste for staging rooms.
Oh, yeah.
Saturn devouring his son. Good God, how awful. Everything in this painting is
Just the same,
disturbing. It's the first time I've seen brushstrokes like this.
Fakes?
Crucifixion of St. Peter. He was crucified upside down, out of humility. Surprising for an entrance hall.
Okay, I can't go anywhere except, yeah, I guess.
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief. It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence, Cardinal Piaggi. He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simpler.
George Washington,
Rome?
President of the United States of
America.
America.
Delighted at last to make your acquaintance, Mr. President.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Riche. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build up a network. What were you talking about, if you forgive my indiscretion?
Why so nosy?
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Riche's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even money matters. But you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends, do any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Holm, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests.
During which time we remake the world.
Accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand
very good, I
rightly,
guess.
Monsieur de Riche, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Well, I kept my promise to the Cardinal, so
Lord Mortimer asked me to drop everything and come find my mother, who seems to have disappeared during her stay here.
Ah,
I took the first boat, and here I am.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be, sir. It's not your fault.
or is it?
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Okay.
Good lord. Washington is wearing the emblem of the Grand Master of the
Okay, so
Golden
that's what
Order.
it is.
It's the highest distinction of the Order in the United States. It puts him on par with my mother. He
And
must really
equals?
know his stuff when it comes to the occult.
Good evening, my friends.
Holy shit. That's the man from my vision.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends his deepest apologies.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start.
What's that
Do you
name?
know that man?
Sir Gregory Holm, an English aristocrat, very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer, so don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts. I shall follow.
We'll have to be careful not to make too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I have already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision.
consequences. Okay, let's... I'm here to find my mother, I guess, but both of them know something. Let's go for this one.
Let's see what Washington has to say. Sir, if you don't mind, I shall stay here.
Do exactly as you please, young man.
Exactly what I want.